You're not saying how heavy am I? This has to be kept confidential, eh?
It's the night before Ramadan, the Islamic month of fasting. The Ahmad family is hoping to shed some kilos while not eating. So before Ramadan begins, they're weighing in.
Oh, it's going to be tragic.
Let me have a look. Oh my God.
Everyone's weighing themselves to see what their weight is right now. Because that's one of the biggest things in Ramadan. Not only the spiritual change, but it's a big physical change as well.
Fadi Ghazal hopes he'll be able to keep up with his children during the fasting month. He'll be off food and drink from sunrise to sunset each day. But the kids will be eating as normal. These two families will join Muslims in Australia and around the world in observing Ramadan. For a month, their self-control will be tested, as during daylight hours, they abstain from eating and drinking, smoking and sex.
Modinah, Shamsi, come on now. Shamsi, Modinah, come on.
It's 4 in the morning and Ramadan's just begun. Mubina Ahmad, her father Zia and their Indian-Australian family are up well before dawn to eat and pray.
Here, darling.
Who's having this egg?
कितना है ये तो?
There's two there.
What's for dinner tonight?
Fish kebab.
Zia is watching the Ramadan calendar
Okay, guys, we better finish in about 20 minutes.
to make sure his family prays on time and stops eating before the sun rises. In a nearby Sydney suburb, Fadi Ghazal and his wife Selma are awake and praying. But the sun's already up, so they won't have time for breakfast.
We usually have to wake up 4:45 to pray anyway, but we're late today. I wake up at 4:45, get up and do my wudu, which is washing up, preparing before we pray, and pray our morning prayer. And then I'll usually sit around and wait for the kids to wake up, and get ready to drive into school.
Well, my religion's probably one of the most important things in my life. Of course, comes first. And Ramadan is just a month, I guess, where you shut out everything in the outside life and just focus on the religion for that whole month.
Hayya ala salah.
It's a challenging time. Ramadan not only tests Muslims' self-discipline, it's also a test of faith.
You might say, oh yes, I'm a good Muslim, and constantly say that to yourself. But Ramadan really, questions it. Are you?
Abstaining from food and drink is not easy, especially a person like me who loves eating and drinking. But I think it's not only food and drink. You're also trying to look at yourself. You're trying to control yourself. You're watching yourself, being tough on your senses. You train this inside person.
Zia and Mubina are off to work as usual. Daily life goes on, despite some sacrifices. Selma Charmy's routine is not so different either. For the next 4 weeks, she'll feed her young family each day, though she herself won't eat. Children aren't required to fast till they reach puberty.
you say before you eat?
Bismillah.
Boy.
While I'm preparing food, while I'm fasting, it's kind of tempting sometimes, but you kind of get used to it, and it's just part of our life as being a Muslim, I guess. I'm not a breakfast person, so it's good. All right, boys.
It's my best toast.
You love toast?
Drop it on your clothes.
Okay, come on, you eat it all. Well, it's just the beginning. Usually takes you about 4 or 5 days before you actually blend in. So you don't really get hungry now, or thirst is probably the bit that counts the most. You get a bit thirsty, but hunger's pretty easy.
Come on, boys. I do you.
Zia Ahmed works in the Human Nutrition Unit at Sydney University. He's working as usual, just not taking lunch breaks.
In the olden days, I normally didn't tell anybody that I was actually fasting. Initially, they were not aware of what fasting was all about. But when I explained that, look, fasting is that I'm not going to drink and eat all day, they just couldn't believe me. They thought it's just impossible to do. I found that people are more curious about Islam generally and about Muslims as well. They seem to be very friendly and understanding of, how you practice Islam at the workplace.
19-year-old Modinah is in the second year of a double science arts degree. Like her father, she'll continue to work on an empty stomach. But there's an upside.
Meeting up with friends, having a coffee, it goes from 15 minutes to half an hour to 1 hour, and then they say, oh, let's go have lunch now. So food was a big procrastinator from study. So in Ramadan now, I've done less procrastinating, so it's really good.
Oh, you know my clothes. I'm sorry. Not as much as on mine.
I think yesterday I was missing a bit of the coffee. I really felt in my mind I was thinking right now I'd be drinking it right now. I really feel like it. But I'm not addicted, I find. I'm pretty okay with it. Even smelling it in the cafe, seeing someone else drink some coffee, it's all fine with me.
Ramadan marks a time in the 7th century when the Quran was first revealed to the Prophet Muhammad. Ramadan teaches Muslims self-restraint and also serves as a reminder of those less fortunate.
My attitude to food has changed a lot. You gain a respect for all the people who are without food. You become more mindful. You make sure that you don't take more than you can.
With Ramadan now well underway, a university Muslim group is hosting a meal for Muslim and non-Muslim students. It's called an iftar, and it celebrates the breaking of the fast at sunset. Muslims break their fast with dates and water. Then they pray before eating dinner. This iftar is a chance for non-Muslims to learn about Islam and the sacrifices involved in Ramadan.
I had a mandarin for breakfast, I have to admit, but I have fasted all day. I did drink water, which Muslims don't drink, but we broke fast with dates, and I'm really excited to be here. It's a really good event.
A few days ago, I was told about this event, and I thought it'd be interesting to learn a little bit more about basically Ramadan and why Muslims are, fasting, and a little bit more about it in general.
I just get a little bit of everything and then I come back with seconds. With a new plate though, so no one else knows.
Be like, oh, I just got here.
Fadi Selma and the kids are also breaking fast with others. They're eating at Fadi's parents' home with the rest of the large Ghazal family. Breaking fast together is an Islamic tradition, one the family brought from Lebanon to Sydney in the 1950s.
I've been here since 9 o'clock this morning. We put the meat on to cook and boil. It's the meat that takes the time. And now it's just heating up now, ready to serve.
Ramadan falls in the 9th month of the lunar calendar, from one new moon to the next. So it occurs at slightly different times each year. Though the days are shorter and cooler than last Ramadan, Selma's still finding it hard.
Today is 2 weeks, and we've got another 2 weeks and 2 days left, and we're feeling quite exhausted. Me and my sister-in-laws and their husbands all come out here every Monday night for dinner, and this is where we have our family gathering and that. And we all sit down as a family and have our festive Ramadan dinner.
One, two, three.
Not everyone has to fast during Ramadan. As well as children, pregnant, breastfeeding or menstruating women, the sick and those on a journey are allowed to eat and drink.
When we were young and I went to primary school, and I would sit there act like I was fasting half the times to the teachers and the kids, and I'll be like, oh, I've got a few dollars in my pocket, I'll go to the canteen and I'll grab something to eat. So I would grab something to eat, I'll eat it behind the sheds, and I had cousins at the school, and they'd say to me, why have you got all sauce all over your mouth? No, I don't. Have you been eating? No, we were just painting. We were just painting in the classroom.
Ramadan's an important time for prayer. As well as the usual 5 daily prayers, men are encouraged to pray at the mosque and to read the whole Quran from beginning to end. All are part of Fadi's Ramadan plan.
You know, my plan is every year, you know, just to get closer, I guess, in my religion and get stronger, and, you know, wish the best, I guess, for my family and repent for anything I've done in the past. I probably would go more to the mosque in Ramadan, yes. Just because I've got more time, I guess, on my hands.
Zia's plans are spiritual and physical. He's working his way through the Quran, and his weight loss program is beginning to pay off.
I do lose about 3.5 kilos average per Ramadan. The only problem is that through the next 11 months, I tend to put it back on. Come on, man. Don't watch me. Get in. Come on.
No, not me.
Fadi's family owns a Lebanese restaurant in Lakemba, a Sydney suburb with a large Muslim population. It's busy during Ramadan, a favourite with locals.
Oh, everything smells good when you're fasting. Things you don't like smell good when you're fasting.
But Fadi has to serve his customers before he has a chance to eat.
When you're fasting, I guess, as it gets later in the day, you just start to, your eye just wants everything. Everything you see, oh, I feel like that, I feel like that, I feel like this, I feel like that.
Stuck in traffic, Zia and Modinah won't make it home to break fast at the official sunset time.
Okay, what time is it? Time now?
Yeah, it's 5:47. All right, we've got some sultanas and apricots you can bring with that.
Do you know the meaning of the prayer we just did, Modinah? Do you remember?
It's important because it gives,
I need to have more.
the intention to break the fast.
Fady grabs a chance to break his fast. But it's not until the rush is over that he gets his dinner.
Tastes good. You feel a bit weaker, having nothing in the system. But as long as you're not doing any hard activities, I guess it's not too bad, you know? Not too bad. You just lounge around and relax, it's all easy, but you're going to start moving around and working and into the heat and stuff. A lot starts to tend to get a bit hard.
Okay, everybody get ready for Tarawih, please. Tarawih time. It's time there now. Hurry up.
Coming.
Zia has invited his extended family to pray with him in their home prayer room. These night prayers are known as the Tarawih.
What we do in the Tarawih, one chapter of the Quran out of 30 chapters per night when we recite in the Tarawih. So I'm actually feeling that I'm actually learning Quran much better than all the Ramadan previously I used to do.
In this last week of Ramadan, Selma's starting to think about new clothes to mark the end of a long month.
Hi, how are you? Serene.
The celebration after Ramadan is called Eid ul-Fitr, and it lasts 3 days.
All right, okay. We go out and take our kids out and buy them a whole new outfit, shoes. They have a haircut a day before Eid. And then we celebrate it, which we give kids money as a gift. It's the same as Christmas, but with Christmas they get presents. We give out money and they can get to choose whatever they want.
Two people will say that they're going to come on the day and fill out the forms, okay?
In their last week of fasting, the Ahmad family is still working hard. They're making final preparations for the multicultural Eid festival and fair, a huge community event they've been planning for months.
We do organize a Eid festival every year. It has been organized for the last 24 years. The office of the festival is actually from our multipurpose home.
We all have a task, and sometimes we do it because, you know, it's a family thing, but sometimes we do it because we want to and we know that this is important. And that's why the business thrives so well, so efficiently, is because, one, we're all Muslim, so everything's really organised, well, sort of. And two, it's all family, so you can be straightforward and frank with everyone. And if someone's doing something wrong, you say, look, mate, you're doing something wrong, you got to fix it.
Over at the Ghazal's house, Selma's the one getting some straightforward family advice. She's learning how her in-laws make mamul, a Lebanese sweet that's a Ramadan specialty.
This is the first time for me. First time I make this, and it's the first time I've seen it.
Your mum doesn't make it.
No, my mum buys it, so...
Yeah.
I don't make it because I'm not married to an import, so...
Oh, thank you. I mean, once you've got the semolina right, and then if you put too much ghee in it, it's too hard to work with. It will start to melt within your hands. But once you've got the right ingredients, it will come out perfect. Okay, this is the date mould. We're putting the dates in here. The next mould will be the walnut mould, and the pistachio one would be this one. Maggie. That's the mould for the pistachio.
It's exciting for everyone to know that Eid's just around the corner, Ramadan's over, and we're going to be having mamul.
Modinah's also preparing for Eid, painting her hands with henna and choosing a new outfit.
Is it too simple for Eid? These ones fit me with a lot of moisturiser. My hands are really big. I think the new clothes symbolise a lot of things during Eid. You know, you sort of renew your faith, renew the person you are, and Eid just gives you a chance, to really show off the new you in your clothes.
This is the last iftar, or the breakfast we are having. Now, we'll miss it for the next 11 months. This is a sort of feeling of sadness that the Ramadan is over. A guest has come to your house and is going away. It's like an arc like that.
Everyone's looking for the sign that Ramadan's over. When the new moon is sighted, the celebrations can begin, and life will soon be back to normal.
Eid Mubarak, Eid Mubarak. Yeah, we saw the moon, crescent. Yeah, we sighted ourselves from the house.
At Lakemba, the mosque is overflowing with people saying the Eid prayer before they have their first lunch in 30 days. This meal will be the start of a 3-day-long feast.
It becomes so normal, like, because your body's so used to not eating and drinking. I forgot that I wasn't fasting. Like, you think, oh, yeah, I can have a drink now. I can have whatever I want now. It feels good, yeah.
Thank you, حبيبي. يلا بوس.
I'm gonna get a motorbike.
Oh, you're gonna go on a motorbike.
Despite the celebrations, not all Ramadan resolutions have been achieved. For Fadi, reading the Quran remains a work in progress.
I actually got a few more pages. I haven't finished it all. I've got about 25, 30 pages left. So I've been a bit lazy this Ramadan, but hopefully I'll dig through them soon and finish them off.
I know when it's not Ramadan, you know, you won't make that extra time. You'll think, OK, I'll do it tomorrow. It doesn't matter, I don't have to do it today, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it an hour, I'll do it in a couple of hours. And you never get around to it because of the busy lifestyle we live.
Of course.
For Zia, the past month has had results.
Oh, it's pretty good. I'm very happy to say that I have lost about 5.5 kilos in these 4 weeks, which probably has been the maximum I've lost ever, you know.
Ramadan may be over, but the Ahmads are even busier than usual. There are only 2 days left before the big Eid festival.
They were supposed to mail this out like the beginning of the week, all this stuff. They didn't. My sister. She's supposed to do it. I told her I'd do it. She's like, no, it's okay.
And the late inclusion of a high-profile guest means some last-minute changes to the program.
Yes, we just found out that Imran Khan, the famous cricket champion, he's coming, and everyone's very excited about it. You will see there'll be a lot of changes, taking place.
Head changes.
It happens. You have to be flexible.
Australia's largest Eid celebration kicks off in Sydney's west, with Modinah as MC and Zia looking after the special guest.
So how are you guys finding the opening ceremony? It's okay, not too bad? Yeah? I'm seeing nods, that's good. I just wanted to let you know... I feel like I have a good balance between being Australian and having, an Indian background. But the most important thing to me is always first being Muslim, because that comes first.
That when I first came to Australia some 32 years ago, Eid was not known in Australia. No one had heard of Eid. Eid, as we all know, is after the month of fasting. And what does the month of fasting do? It strengthens the human willpower. For human beings to be successful, it is essential that they have a strong will.
So I think Ramadan has made me stop and think and look at life a little bit more in a sort of a broader sense. So maybe Ramadan would have made me a little bit less materialistic. One thing I learned that I could push myself in this Ramadan a lot. So I realized that you can actually push yourself to do a lot of hard work. And I think we may feel that we push ourselves a bit more, but that's fine. I mean, people push themselves in sports, in marathons, and we just do it as a devotion to God.